Hello, friends. How are you doing this morning? So, real quick, sometimes I get up and I read an article, and it just annoys me. And today is one of those days. So it turns out we have a retirement crisis in the U.S. Uh, Based on the article I read, the average 401k balance for someone in their 50s is, if I remember right, something in the 60s. Let's say $70,000. And the premise of the article is that's not enough. We're going to have a lot of people not retire financially well off. Which, if the numbers are true and what I read, it seems like they are, yeah, it's going to be uncomfortable for lots of people. This is where the article sort of lost me. They actually went out and announced a program, and I wrote it down so I wouldn't misrepresent it. It's called Invest in You, Ready, Set, Grow. What annoys me about this isn't the premise or creating a program or attention. It's that, the whole story when I was, just into the workforce was, hey, take a little bit of your income, put it away for a rainy day, and in 30 or 40 years, you'll have something. And it was the 30 or 40 years that, was kind of the promise, right? Do this, do this, do this, and life will be better. But now I kind of find that being disingenuous, where we're now talking to 50-year-olds who have a decade or maybe a decade and a half, and we're kind of acting like just kidding, don't worry about those 30 or 40 years, you can do it too, where the whole compounding and all of that is simply not there when you're talking decades or 15 years, right? It's less than half the time. So, and the article just casually misses that. It's basically, hey, we know you can't finish the race, but run as fast as possible for as long as possible, and let's see what happens. That's kind of what I took away, which was interesting. But if you kind of flip that over and say, okay, if you're in your highest income years, which most people in their 40s and 50s are, what else could you do? What else, right? So yes, you should contribute to your 401k. Yes, you should get your company match. Yes to all of that. But what might be more interesting is, hey, is there a vehicle out there that I could learn about or invest in where I could take little pieces of my money, get conservative financing, have somebody else pay for it, have some tax advantages, let appreciation and inflation help me? And can I do something meaningful in less than 15 years? You already know the answer. The answer is absolutely. So yes, we have a retirement crisis. Yes, it could be pretty bad for lots of people. I think the only option for someone who's staring down a 10, 15, 20-year window is, yes, you should get your, again, company match. I've always thought of it as free money. But then you might want to learn real estate. And then you go back and go, well, I don't know anything, and what market and all of that. Well, again, I hate to come back to this, but I developed a course for busy professionals in your exact situation. How could I do that? Because I was one of you. At 30 years old, I was just wasted my 20s, not doing anything with the decent income I made, and I knew I couldn't do it forever. So I chose a market I'd never been to, I knew no one, and I figured it out. After 15 years, we built up a real estate portfolio and I retired. So I've developed a program that I did myself, trying to give you the journey, the path, right? And we do it right out of the box, right? This is what you got to do. You got to learn the market. You got to do this homework. You got to do these things. Here's the numbers. You got to understand what the numbers look like. So I give you belief and confidence in a box. So if you're in that situation, it's time to do something, right? If you're looking at your retirement and going, ooh, may not be as good as I was hoping for, I suggest you take $99 and you go buy this course and you commit to having 30 to 60 minutes a week, weekends fine, to go through the program. I think you get it done in like 4 or 5 weekends. I think it's a pretty decent investment in yourself. For $99, you can get armed with a plan that you know works. You have evidence. I've self-published a book documenting the whole journey called One Rental at a Time. And my whole goal now in the next 30 or 40 years is to try to help people start or take the next step in their financial journey. So yes, we do have a retirement future. No, you don't have to rely on stocks and bonds is the only thing. I truly believe and am proof that you can make meaningful impact with real estate investing in under a couple of decades. So hopefully that makes sense. I'll leave a link to the course below. You can get the book on Amazon, one rental at a time. And have a great day. Thanks.